Hello and good morning. Welcome to today's tech training. My name is Star Johnson. I'm one of the facilitators here at Mortgage Coach. Thank you all for joining. I hope you are doing wonderful on this great Thursday, close to the weekend. Before we begin today, I want to make sure that everyone can see my screen. I am showing the Modern Mortgage Experience, our website. To the right of your screen, you will locate a webinar control panel that looks just like this. So in that control panel, within, I want you to locate the question feature. So in that question feature, let me know that you can hear and see my screen. Also, let me know what organization you're tuning in from or what city and state. So that way I know you can hear my directive and we can move along in today's presentation. I have a lot of great things to share with you, so I'm so excited that you all joined today. Hi, Rick. Hello from San Diego. Nice to meet you. Samantha, hello. Anyone else? Sharon, hi. Pennsylvania. Anyone else want to share where they're located or what organization they're tuning in from? Okay, perfect. We have Tina B from Irvine. Hello, Tina. Okay, before we get started today, I just want to let you know that throughout today's presentation, if you have any questions, this is definitely a platform for Q&A along with tech training. So we are here to provide you with some great technical things that you can do in the market and with leveraging Mortgage Coach. Also, some great helpful tips why you are leveraging Mortgage Coach, whether it's support or any other type of variable that you would like to share. So if you have any questions, throw those right into the question feature and I'll try my best to answer those along the way and be as supportive as I can. But I want to let you guys know that I have a special host with me, a co-host. I have one of our elite senior support representatives here. His name is Robert Sierra. He works in our support center here along with many others, but he graciously took some time out of his day to join me on this call and to share a lot of the great things in the support world that you may not know, some great tips. So I want to welcome my co-host, Robert Sierra. Take it away.
Thank you, Starlet. I am here to actually give some little insight on what is new with Mortgage Coach. I know all of you have seen our new feature with the new HTML5 look. There are some minor tweaks in it, but you know what? You're going to get the same great results. I think even better, Star. So
I think so.
Let's get right to it. If you'd like, go ahead and bring up any page you would like, and we can go right through it for you.
Okay, perfect. So it was a new feature that we released this Monday, right?
Correct, that is. And it is running off of our HTML5 version, which allows us to run clearer and more accurate TCAs, presentations across the board.
Perfect. I do have one up here, and I was able to do a video this morning just so you can also talk about the video aspect.
Okay, perfect.
All right, let me bring it up. It is right here. So you want to walk us through or walk a consumer once they see this disclosure here?
Okay, just some simple things. We all know the disclosure that you're going to go ahead and have your clients read, click, and they understand. Now, as you can see, it dropped you right down to the figures where you need to know all the important information about the loan. But a lot of people are wondering that I'm getting in support is, okay, that's great, but I need to see what's on the top. Now you also have this clever little scroll wheel on the side that was added, and it will change color. As you notice, it lit up blue to match your platform. So if you do not want to use this and you're a little bit more advanced and you just want to scroll through, you can use your scroll wheel on your mouse to move everything up like so. You can see my mouse just stayed stationary.
I did.
And you're able to move up. Now, here's another great feature that you can do. You can also go up here to the top left-hand corner and you can change the outlook of it. You can have them, present it in the best format possible. Now, keep in mind, when you're going to show this, it will automatically size itself to your computer screen for the best and clearest possible images you can possibly get on here.
That's great. So any computer size that you're working on the monitor, because some people have a little monitor, some people have a huge monitor.
Yes, it will configure It's a smart configure, so it will definitely populate the way it should and give you all the information that's on there.
Nice. Tell me more.
Okay, great. So with all this, you can still do the great print feature. Here's our call, and here is our forwarding. So all of this is great features. Here is where we would like to hear from the loan officers, because we get all of our great ideas from primarily our Mortgage Coach members. So right up here at the top, you say, we'd like to know. That's primarily why I'm here, to let you guys know. We want to know what you guys think. We want to know the good, the bad, and what can also be improved upon.
Nice. Well, I did put a little video here. We can definitely mute the video because it was very short and sweet. But if a consumer receives this from their lending professional with a video, now I want to reach out to those out in the audience today. How many of you are using this platform to not only educate every borrower, because every borrower deserves a total cost analysis to understand all of the great possibilities to make a confident mortgage decision, but along with using our platform to help you engage that education, you have the ability to add video. So how many of you loan officers, professionals, or maybe the LOAs helping the loan officers getting these presentations geared up, ready for a video? How many of you are adding video to your presentations? Because when you send out to a borrower, they may not understand all of this information, but by adding a video, it really does streamline the information. So Louisa says she does. So now that you, I thank you so much. Tina B says she does as well. Let us know in the question feature, what does that, by you providing video to your audience, your borrowers, the baby bloomers, the millennials, the first-time home buyers, what are some of the reaction that you're getting? And Rick, if you're not using it, why not? Tell me why. But go ahead, Robert, if you press the play button, what would the consumers see in this new view of reviewing the TCA?
So here's a great feature about this, okay? You can press play, you can actually open it up, you can move it around, and if they just do not want to see it, you can go ahead and close it out.
So you didn't want to see my video?
I love seeing your video, sorry. But if you want to go ahead and have it play again, you can see there's this clever little play button. It brings it right back up in the original spot.
Nice. I love it. I love this new view. How many of you like this new view as well? Give us a thumbs up right there in the webinar control panel. You'll notice that there's a high five there, a hand. So give us a high five if you like this new feature. If you have not seen this new release, let us know in that question feature as well. Let's see. How do you get to that view? That's a great question. We'll talk about how you can look at this view. We'll talk about that. So that's a great question. Let's see. They think it's very professional. That's what Louisa says when she sends video. Great. All right. Is there any questions on the new feature? I want to make sure that we spend some time here so you can actually see all of the great features with the new HTML view. Is there any more questions here? Or is there any support related questions while we have Robert here? Because, you know, Robert's not on my calls with me. So, you know, and he doesn't take calls as well. You have to send him. He's going to talk about how you can reach him in the support area and many others. But if there's any support questions, please let us know and we'll try our best to answer those questions. Let's see here. So here is a comment or so far from Darren. It says, I'm just getting started, but I think it will add value to shooting the video at the potential home. That's a great option too. You can shoot it at the home. You can do an open house presentation and go around in the foyer and say, you know, come see us on Saturday. I'm working with Robert, our realtor. We have this 3-bedroom, 2-bath, gorgeous home, and do a video there. That's a great niche to do. You can definitely use that feature there.
Also, Star.
Yeah.
That can also, just for that question there, it is highly, highly recommended that you use your mobile device, because your mobile devices are so accessible nowadays that you can use them anywhere. I know with RateWatch, hey, when I'm at home and I have friends that are asking me, hey, you're in the mortgage business, and you know what? Real time right there with that mobile app. And that's what makes Mortgage Coach so great, is that you're able to do anything on the fly as long as you have your mobile device and access to internet. It's a wonderful tool.
That is also true. Let's check out the mobile device. That's a great segue. Thank you for that. And Chris shared, the video is a great feature unless I'm having a bad hair day. Laugh out loud, right? But you know what? It doesn't matter. Your customers don't care about your hair. They don't care if you have on the nice clothes. They worry about the education that you're delivering, and you are working in their best interest. Trust me. I mean, they don't care.
I have bad hair days almost every other day, Star.
That is true. So let's talk about the mobile device. So this is a great segue here. How many of you currently have the Mortgage Coach mobile app downloaded on your phone? Let me know right there in the webinar control panel. How many of you currently have the Mortgage Coach mobile app downloaded on your phone? Now, as being a member here at Mortgage Coach, not only do you have access to the Mortgage Coach mobile app, but you also have access to the RateWatch application. That is part of our suite of apps that we offer here to all of our Mortgage Coach members. So not only when you send these presentations and Tommy Lee or Spike Lee or whoever on the other end clicks on your particular presentation, looks at your video, you are alerted in your Mortgage Coach mobile app. You also get an alert in RateWatch, your notification tool, to kind of see the changing in the market when rates are up or down. When we're up more than 15 basis points, you're also alerted, hey, I need to reach out to my lock desk, lock that loan for my customer. There's a lot of alerts that you receive as a lending professional, along with being alerted via email. So every time that customer clicks on that report for education, you are alerted to do a follow-up while the iron is hot and say, hey, Robert, you have any questions? Let's lock this deal, right? Okay, so let's see. We do have a couple more questions. How do I log into the mobile app? Great question. I do, but I haven't used it much. Okay, let's see if we can change that. Let's see, I do, but all I see is a link. How do I get that to my clients? Great question, Tina B. We will talk about that as well. So let me go back to the beginning. Let me swipe back. I'm going to log out of this particular application. So our suite of apps here, let me move my phone just a little bit so I can let everyone know how they can download. So on our website here, mortgagecoach.com, you can see here our apps, our suite of apps is the Mortgage Coach mobile app. That's what we're going to talk about today, this great resource that Robert was mentioning. So if you have an iPhone, you definitely would go to the Apple Store. If you are Team Android like I am, you would go to the Google Play Store. You would download the application just like you would Facebook, Instagram, things of that nature. The application is absolutely free. So you would type in Mortgage Coach 2 words and you would download that particular device. You can also download it on your tablet as well. And then the other feature is RateWatch. So when you want to know what's going on in the market, you would go to the particular store as well. Same thing. You can see the change in activity right in the palm of your hand. Now let me bring my phone back over. So once you download that particular application, you're going to look for the Mortgage Coach mobile app. It is the chart with the three charts with the arrow going right through it. Now, how you would log in is you see the silhouette to the top left. Now, using the silhouette from the top left, you would click on that with your finger, your stylus pen. And then you enter in your email and password. So your email and password is the same email and password that you would use when you access the Mortgage Coach software system by typing in edge.mortgagecoach.com. Sign in. And here is your client's records. Now remember, every time your customer reviews a presentation, you're alerted when you have your Mortgage Coach app open. So you can see here, I was alerted that Spike Lee reviewed my presentation that I had going, and he reviewed it for 20 minutes and 2 seconds. So if my customer reviewed it for 2 seconds, he's probably not engaged. What do you think, Robert?
Yeah, probably not. And also what you can do with that, we have on our home feature, is you can even go in and check the history of who's checked the presentation that you sent them, how long, and when they did it.
You can. And let me show you that. So what Robert is talking about, when you go to edge.mortgagecoach.com, you enter your email and password just like you would on the mobile. And you would then go to your home screen. So in your home screen, you want to take it away. All right.
So if we'll say Mr. Spike Lee, we're going to go to this homepage here. Track reports. You can track them all right here at the tip of your finger. Let everyone, see who needs to be updated with information, see who hasn't viewed it, see how many times they viewed it, and when the last time they viewed it, and which, like Starlet said, this is a great tool to be able to strike while the iron is definitely hot. Now, you can also do it this way here.
Take it away.
You can also go to the view history for that individual presentation right here. This one doesn't have it, but you can read anything right here. The channel log.
So, I have a good one for you.
Sure.
Okay, so if you go to my home right here and you scroll down in my log here and look for Tommy Lee, that's the best one. I think it has been reviewed, and if you go to tracker here, I think it's been reviewed like 65 times because that's my favorite one right here. It's my favorite one. So it's been reviewed 65 times. So I think that would be a great one to show.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, you know why? Because we're in report. Yep. Let's find Tommy Lee. Is he in my stack here? He should be.
Should be at the top here.
Not that one. I'm sorry. It's Jesse James. So we go to view all. And this is a great way. So as we're looking here, let's say, for example, you're looking for an old client and the most recent will be in your scroll bar here. But because I have 348 presentations.
Power user.
I'm a power user. So this is a great way to hit view all, hit search.
And it will bring up everyone alphabetized.
Yes, because I'm a power user.
You go, girl.
I'm going. So when you scroll down, he's going to look for Tommy Lee. He's going to look for my record, Tommy Lee, and I have a lot.
Jesse James.
Oh, Jesse James, that's right.
Sorry.
I like these Lees today. So Jesse James. There he is.
Now, here's the cool thing about this. I don't know if this was mentioned. Now, you can press the little arrow there, and it drops down the presentation, just in case if you've had multiple presentations. Say if you've had a client that's refinanced several times and you have different TCAs, you can go back in there and be like, okay, hey, Mr. Jesse James, say he had 5 in there. You know what? You've been a long-time customer. What was the first TCA? So you can actually show them how long they've been with you and the value that you've saved them over the lifetime of them being your client. Because let's face it, the best referral is word of mouth rather than advertising or anything else. As such, that is always the best marketing tool, is being able to show value that you're a trusted loan professional to many people.
And I am. And because I'm a power user, I have an example for you. So to show that one scenario you just mentioned, if you scroll up and go to Patty Purchase, my Patty Purchase, this is my returning customer. So my Patty Purchase, you will see when you access that record for me, that there's multiple records that I listed for Patty Purchase. There she is.
Perfect.
Right? Because I'm a power user and I've done a rate and term refinance for my customer. I also did a purchase for my customer. I did another purchase for an ARM product. So this is what Robert was explaining. When you have a returning customer, you can do a multitude of presentations for that customer and you can drop that arrow down and see all of the records that you've obtained.
And here's also a great thing too. Say if you didn't like a TCA, tell you what, I'm not going to do it, but I'm just going to show you the option. Once you click on it, you can either go ahead and open the analysis, add to the analysis, add products that is, and you can also copy it just in case if you said, hey, wow, you know what, this works so well for client A, let me go and use this for client C, you know, and it's wonderful, especially for open house flyers because you have a lot of the same partner information, so you can do it that way. And here is something that a lot of people really don't know.
What is that?
You can delete an analysis as well.
Shh, don't tell people.
I know, but this is a feature that some people do ask for. Hey, you know what? I know this customer is no longer a customer. They're no longer in the housing market or whatever have you, whatever reason why they're not a customer anymore. Or you just want to do some spring cleaning. It is January. So spring's right around that corner to get either the annual reviews out, or if you know, hey, I just need to clean up some of my information, you can go ahead and do it right then and there.
That is true. And I want to do one caveat there, just for those who are an enterprise user. So let's say, for example, Robert Sierra works for ABC Mortgage. He's an independent loan professional. He's an independent broker. He pays the mortgage coach out of his pocket every single month. But Starlet Johnson works for Freelance Home Loans. And I'm part of an enterprise. So that means that Freelance Home Loans pays for all of my membership costs. I pay zero. Now, sometimes enterprise clients and customers, for compliance reasons, you may not see that delete button. So if you don't see that delete button on within your account, don't freak out. It's because for compliance, they want to keep every single record that you have created. But if you're an individual person and you pay for this membership by yourself, you have that delete button right there available. So great tip, Robert. Okay, let's go back to Jesse James. Right? It was Jesse?
Correct.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I get all my names confused. Okay, here's my Jesse James, and you're going to show them the other way that they can review the history.
Again, just this little button right here, view history, and it will bring up
a lot of activity.
Exactly. And again, little scroll bar right here, so you can go down and you can see it's in order by date. You can go ahead and see and type if you've saved it, emailed it to them. It gives you a very great breakdown of what it is. It even tells you what the report is. If it's, say, hey, I sent them an open house flyer.
So the type is the activity that I've done. Great. So I've saved it, I've emailed it, I've saved it, I've emailed it. I've done a lot. This is my favorite one because I've shared it so many times, 65 times. So this is a great one that we have. Any questions here before we jump right into the mobile? Okay. Let's see. Let me close this out and we'll get right back into the mobile. And again, you have your alerts. Does it save discount fees in our history? So when you are, great question, Peyton. So what that means is when you are building your presentation, you will see all of the areas where you implemented information. So when you added your fees and your discounts and you save a presentation, when you go back, all that information that you inputted would be saved that you can review. Great question. Okay. Are you going to drill down on how to do video? Yes, I will. It isn't saving. Okay, so Peyton, do me a favor because you may have an isolated situation. So do me a favor and email one of our support members at support@mortgagecoach.com. Send them a copy of your presentation link. They can drill into it and see your particular scenario and give you a little bit more feedback.
Yes, and you know about that. Sometimes it's not always going to be face value of what the scenario may be, why there may be an issue. So that's why support is definitely needing those links. So whenever you go in and ask us a question, either through support or through our live chat feature, which is also another wonderful feature, go ahead and get that link ready to be sent in there. It's just so we can already have it. It just saves time on us here in support to be able to efficiently answer your question as best as possible and get that TCA out for you as soon as possible.
Perfect. Now here is the mobile again. Here is the alert that you will receive. So once you log into your presentation, you'll hit that Mortgage Coach icon button, click it, then you will see the landing. You'll hit the silhouette at the top left, log in, enter your email and password, and here is your mini dashboard, your home screen, just like you've seen on the actual software system using the browser. So you have your client record, your partner record, and performance. So let's drill down into client. So when you see your client area here, you can do the same thing that you did on the computer by hitting the search, and you can search all of your records here. Or if you have your particular client in your view area, you can go and you can select that particular client. Let's say I want to look at Tiffany L. And there's a couple of things that you can do, some great cool features. You can edit that presentation right on the fly. So as Robert was mentioning, when you're out at a ball game, at a preschool event with the wife, with the husband, or just some me time, right? And you get alerted on your phone, and maybe you got an alert in your rate watch, and oh my God, the rates have just dropped. It is a great time to lock. I want to do an updated presentation for my client. I could go to edit client and edit that report right on the fly using my mobile device. I can also copy an analysis here. If I want to add video from my mobile, right? So that was a question. What I need to do is, where do I want to add a video? I want to add a video to a total cost analysis presentation. Maybe I prepared it on my computer and I don't like my office. The lighting is bad. It's gloomy. I don't have nice artwork, but in the conference room, it looks amazing. I can't take my computer to the conference room, but I definitely can take my iPhone. So this is where you add video. So here you would select video, and I can also show you how to add video on the browser as well. So if you have a built-in camera on your desktop or maybe an aftermarket webcam, that's when you can do video using your desktop. And here is where you can do mobile. So I can also show you the different quality, because I don't know, from support, it's a better resolution using your
mobile device.
What
yes,
do you think?
I think so too. Just primarily because from being a support aspect and knowing a little bit more about these technical stuff, these phones, they are primarily, they start building the camera, then they build a phone around it.
Right.
So in the webcams, they're not so much like that. And the webcams usually will give you a more of a panoramic picture rather than an isolated picture where it's more like a selfie.
Oh.
So, and that's always a good thing, because I know when I do the mobile videos and I put my webcam on, I look scary.
You do? Okay, well, I like selfies. So I want to know, how many people want to see what Robert looks like? You never get a chance to see what Robert looks like when you're in support. So Robert, would you like to do a little activity with me? Would you like to hit video on the, I'm gonna bring up my screen over here to show them how to do video on the browser. And then maybe you can hit video on the mobile, and that would be awesome. So I just want to make sure that this stays on top so I don't lose your lovely selfie when you're ready. I'm going to go into my presentation, maybe Spike Lee Jr. And when you build a presentation, you would go from client and you would jump right over to presentation, hover over preview, select generate link. This is the section where you would add audio and video. Select audio and video. Your presentation will then display for you. And now you have a record message button on the browser. So I'm going to bring the phone back over. Okay, Robert, are you ready?
I am.
Okay, so I'm going to hit video here, record message, and I am now on the browser. Hello, everyone. Robert,
Oh.
You can't be in my shot. You need to be over there. And this is Robert.
Hello, everyone.
So everyone, this is Robert from our support. He is one of our experts here. So I wanted him to share with you within today's presentation of how to do video, some great hits. So I'm going to hit record message here. So when you hit record message on your end, you didn't want to be on camera anywhere. So on your end, you'll just hit record message. You'll look right into the camera. You want to make sure that you keep your button here, which is record. So that way you're looking and focused right into the camera. You're not looking around for your mouse. So when you're done with recording, you can just, with the click of your finger, you can stop the recording, and then that video would then be displayed right on the camera. So I will show you on the mobile because Robert closed it. So let's see here, camera. And here I am. Hello, everyone. You can see that the resolution quality is a little bit different on the mobile versus on the browser here that I'm covering. So if I want to hit record and record a message, this is your opportunity. You'll see there's a counter right at the top. This is where you will shed your message and your education to your customers. Remember, it doesn't matter about your hair, it doesn't matter about your makeup, it doesn't matter about what you're wearing. It only matters about the delivery. So when you're done, you will hit the red stop recording button here, and remember to smile. And then you could use this particular video. You can either retake it or use. I'm just going to select use here. And then once I select use, the system from my phone will then update that video for me onto that presentation. You can see it right here. Video uploading. So this is a way how you can add video from the browser if you like the quality here. I am in a training environment. You want to make sure that your background is clutter free. I do have lighting in here, but again, you have two ways to shedding that education. If there's any questions about video, please let me know. And also, you'll notice on our in the handout area, there is a handout available for you there. So if you want to know more about Mortgage Coach, I believe I closed it, but I'm going to show you how to access our information. So on our website here, it's going to go back one. On the home screen, member services. So we'll talk about how to access support if you ever need to. But in the member services, this is the area for all of our members. If you're not yet a member, you can sign up. You can also log into the Mortgage Coach software system, also Rate Watch. But here is that quick start guide. So the quick start guide is used to provide you with some great resources. So in today's presentation, if you want to know how to download your video, how to download those suite of apps, you can use our guide to tell you how to do that. Also, if you want to know how to build a certain strategy, it is in that guide. If you want to know how to add video, it is in that useful guide as well. Real-time highlighting. We have a lot of great information that we provide in these beautiful guides for you. Let's see, can we upload a video instead of live video? Yes, you can upload a video from your library. You can definitely do that. If you already have a video that you want to use, you can do that. So it is a yes to your question there. How do we get to video on the browser? So let's just do a quick recap. So again, here is that resource that you can reference back to. So if you're in the software system, remember, you are in home. So any record you want to add video to, you can either find that particular person in your scroll log here. If that person is not there, you can select view all. But let's just say we want to add video to Robert S. Soon as we double click on that record, all you have to do, if you've already created the video, you can jump to presentation. Once you jump to presentation, you'll select preview. From preview, you would select generate link and add audio and video. Now, someone asks, how do you do Edge Live? This is a great takeaway. So let's say, for example, you want to do the Edge Live feature. So you'll select Edge Live. And what does that mean, actually? So Edge Live would be when you have the ability to highlight different areas and scenarios for your customers. So if you have a customer who maybe cannot meet you face to face in the office and they're at work and Robert has questions. You know, you sent me this presentation. I really want to know if we can go over it. You know what? Great. Are you at your computer? Yes, I am. Let me send you the presentation so you can click on this link. So let's just say I want to share this particular presentation. So I'm going to copy and paste this link. And let's say I've already was proactive by doing that. I've already sent this link to my customer and an email with all of my verbiage explaining different scenarios to my customer. So now that I have my customer on the phone, I'm asking them to do an action. And the action is for them to click on the actual link within the body of the email. Well, I was trying to be a little descriptive of what they were going to see. I'm trying to do two screens here so you can see the customer version versus my version. So all I did was hit Edge Live and my final presentation came up. Now, how do I know it's mine versus the customer's? Because I have a clear all feature where I'm able to do the real highlighting. So here's that presentation I'm going to put in a blank browser, hit enter. Now this is my customer's view. So now I have Robert on the phone and I'm saying, Robert, okay, did you locate that dynamic link in the body of the email? Yes, I did, Starlet. Okay, great, Robert. I need you to click on that link. Did you click on it?
I did, Star.
Perfect. Did you read my disclosure information?
I have, and I am checking the box right now so I can see what you have sent me.
Thank you. So once Robert clicks on that particular presentation, actually this was one that I did for Robert. Okay, so Robert, after he clicks on that presentation, I can then highlight different areas. So once I highlight areas on my screen, this is a great feature that is not always used. What do you think?
Oh yeah, and this is an excellent feature. And sometimes, say even if you have a specific area on your TCA that you want to drive the point to, we'll say this. Say you want to see what the monthly payment is or monthly payment savings, and that's the main feature. It will pop up on your customer side as well. Say even if you have this up as that main screen when you sent the link, that will show up. Say, you know what? Just to cut to the chase, I want to show you your monthly payment savings, and because that's all your customers worried about. Because let's be honest, we've all dealt with customers where like, I can care less about everything else. I want to know about X. I want to know about Y, or I want to know about A. You can drive the presentation that way, and that is a great key.
Yes, that is true. You can also highlight, right, Robert? So you can highlight different areas here. And when you highlight different areas, you would see in the split of a second that it will highlight on your customer's end. And some customers said, oh my God, are you in my computer? Are you hacking my computer? They're so amazed on how I'm able to control the presentation. So this is a great way, not only when you add that video, but a great way to educate.
Absolutely. And here's also another great thing, much like even if you X out, your customer doesn't have to even X out. You can X out and say, okay, let me show you something else.
Perfect.
And it'll drive that link exactly the way you want it.
I love it. Great question to the audience for asking about Edge Live. So we have 20 minutes into the call here. I wanted to know really quickly if there's any other questions, because I wanted to talk about a great strategy that you can leverage if you're not already doing so in today's market. So before I jump into that, I want to know, is there any questions that you may have for myself from all the amazing things that you've seen, or from our subject matter expert here, Robert Sierra? If you had any questions for him that he can answer for you before we end today's segment. This is being recorded, so yes, I will make sure right after today's call that we publish it, and everyone who had not had the opportunity to get today's tech training and special guest training, you definitely can go to our YouTube channel, and there's a question that Robert's going to answer.
Yes, has the system been updated with the new tax laws? Now, it actually has not, and that is just because of all the calculations that we have to take into account for, and our development team is definitely writing the code to make sure that it can be as accurate as possible, because we want to make sure we can get those taxes down as accurate as possible, because let's face it, the tax man is no fun to deal with. So at this point, what we are asking our loan officers to do is not show the tax benefit, and I do not have a proper ETA on the exact date, but I've been told by our upper management that it will be done by February.
Yeah, no one wants to play with Uncle Sam, so coming soon, right?
Very, very soon, because I know that is a feature that is definitely one of the most asked about features in our support desk right now is that tax benefit. And like I said, I apologize for not having a proper ETA, but like I said, management has told me by February we will have it up just to make sure everything's correct. And for the time being, you would have to leave the tax benefit off the TCA.
Good deal. Well, at least we know that it is in the priority wheel.
Absolutely.
So it's coming soon. So I want to know from those on the line today, I did have a couple of presentations here that I wanted to share with you all. And I wanted to know from you today, how many of you, or what are you doing today to leverage your past book of business? So if you closed on the Roberts of the world last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, what are you doing to access that past book of business? How are you reaching out to those folks? Anyone wants to share? We have a lot of people on the call, so anyone want to share? How are you going back to access that past book of business? And when I say that is with using Mortgage Coach, not only can you do current mortgage reviews, but you can also do past related mortgage reviews in the form of an annual mortgage review. So let's say, for example, my customer, I believe I'm dealing with Spike Lee. My customer, Spike Lee, where I created an annual mortgage review presentation where I wanted to demonstrate what the customer currently has today and what a fast track payment means. So meaning a fast track payment is taking your current mortgage as it stands today, replicating your current mortgage, listing it as a fast track payment, and having the customer maybe add an extra $100. Let me show you by taking your existing mortgage, adding $100 extra, how you can reduce your freedom point. So this particular loan was originated in 2015. They had 26.92 years to pay off that loan. This is the same replica. Of the current mortgage. All I did was add a $100 reduction payment to the principal. So it's going to increase the payment, but I could show my customer using our platform here to educate that you, by simply paying $100 extra to your principal, you can shave off 3 years of your freedom point. And then let's say those customers who closed a year ago, 2 years ago, closed at a higher rate. Well, today's rates, and I do apologize, I'm not in your live environment today, so I have not pulled a rate sheet, but let's just say the rates today are 4.125. If you were to refinance, then I can lower your payment by $156, increasing your cash flow. If you have the ability to make a higher payment, maybe your finances look a little bit brighter. If you wanted to go with a 15-year at a lower rate, it'll be a higher payment, but you can pay off your loan in 15 years versus 26 years. So this is a great way for you to use the annual mortgage review, the current mortgage review, use these presentations to present those type of scenarios to your customers. And then another one I provided was, here it is where the customer closed 2 years ago. Maybe they bought down the rate. Maybe it was 4.125. And today at a 30-year, it's still 4.125. Hey, you have the best rate today. There's no action, but I wanted to send an annual mortgage review to you just to touch bases, just to say, hey, I'm here for you for your financial needs. What's going on? You know, maybe they have a lump sum that they want to invest. That's a referral to your CPA. Maybe they have a couple of properties since you. Maybe it's time to refer them to an attorney and get a trust going. Or maybe they want to tap into some equity and they want to buy. So those so many different scenarios can come from just making that one touch point. So that's what I want to talk about with using and leveraging the annual mortgage review. So any questions? I want to show you how to access some help from support before we close out today's call. If you have any questions, let me know. So here, when you're in the actual software system, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a little support bubble here.
That's me.
That's you. You want to talk about how to access Robert? You want to show them what they need to do here while
Sure.
you're in that support bubble?
You can just go ahead and click on this bubble right here and enter in your information. I just don't want to bombard our support desk. Some of our employees do get bombarded at time, but that's what we're here for. So you just enter in your information as needed and you press send, and it will go ahead and send it to us right at support. And say if you don't have access to this display right now, but you do want to send an email to support, you can always email us, support@mortgagecoach.com, and the subject line will be the title of the ticket, and we'll go ahead and grab it that way too.
Right. And then like if you have a question like Peyton Smith earlier today, you can just drop that link and send it over to our support experts and they can answer your questions for you. And then also I want, this is also his wheelhouse too. So he can talk about what you can see in the support area.
Okay, this right here is a clever window that we have. Now, if you go over here into our support center, this actually has quite a bit of information that you can utilize if you don't want to wait back for us. You know, if you want to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm proactive, I want to find out what's happening with Mortgage Coach, Rate Watch, frequently asked questions. It will bring up all the articles that are needed. And here is a great feature, and this is where us at support, we love getting feedback from people and we love getting things going. I don't know if you guys have noticed or you've utilized the call now button, the video. Those were all implemented by users of Mortgage Coach that we didn't have before on our platform.
Really?
So those were all suggestions, and I can show you exactly where to do that. Now, if you go ahead and scroll down, you're going to see, too far. Suggest new features. Go ahead and click on that right there, and you can see things that are being posted up. This is actually, and if you ask me to suggest that feature for you, go right ahead. This is one I suggested for Jim right here, and it was being able to move the products around with inside the TCA. Now that's something that we are working on, and it's only because the platform that we use. We are trying to switch everything over to HTML5, and I know I'm getting very technical with that. And the reason for that is so we can move the products around like tiles on your interface for your phone, just to make it a little bit more easier. So you can show, say, you know, your borrower came back and called you and say, you know what, instead of a $350,000 loan, I want a $325,000. And in putting that at the end, you're like, wait a minute, I want things to be in numerical order. We are going to go ahead and try to work on that once we get enough votes on it. And we need you guys to vote. You can go ahead and vote on it right here. Just click on it. Make sure we can get that input. The more votes we get, that tells our development team, get on it. And we will.
Well, you definitely have my vote.
Wonderful.
I'm going to put a suggestion in here too when I log off the call. Maybe my suggestion is for Robert Sierra to be on video more, right?
Oh, man.
So also want to talk about the search engine. So we scroll up or go back to the area where you can navigate the search engine. Like say, for example, if people want to know how to develop the annual mortgage review, what would they do, Robert?
They can just go ahead and type in up here what it is they're looking for.
Okay.
So you can type in what you need to.
Okay.
And then it will go ahead and populate different articles that have been, you know, as you can see, it has a list of them. So you can go ahead and click on it and bring up the article.
Nice.
And you know, the great thing about this is it will go ahead on the left-hand side, it will bring up related articles as well.
Nice. And if you put in a few words, here's one here, how to create an annual mortgage review in a Mortgage Coach. And we also offer, and support is also having some quick hits. So we offer a YouTube video. So how to do something is a quick little video. They're roughly about, what would you say, 7 to 10 minutes?
Yeah, 7 to 10 minutes. And you know what? They will walk you right through it. So, you know, a lot of times I'm one of those visual people. I would like to be walked through it. You know, if there's a video, it works perfect. Sometimes, In my brain, A doesn't match B just because of the technical aspect. It's like I'm figuring out a different source to get to B, but sometimes, some people can read it and get it off the bat. But you just have to click on the link here.
Right on.
And it'll take you right to that training video.
Nice.
And let me go ahead and put that on pause. And just real quick, let me just briefly talk about our YouTube page here.
Sure.
We have great articles that are on our YouTube page where you can go ahead and go to YouTube, search Mortgage Coach, and you will go ahead and find our YouTube page there where, like I said, we have tons of great articles. We have the Getting Started with Mortgage Coach, which is a wonderful set of videos. It's 11 videos long. The longest one is 25 minutes, but they're so informative, have so much information. And
what's your take there?
Okay, so you're right here. Just go ahead and click onto the playlist.
Okay.
Okay, once you go to the playlist, this was actually the video I was talking about. Great video. You can go through and it gives you everything that you want. And you know what? Just because since we're here on this page, say you don't want to sit here and look at this, you can just go to that and it'll take you to the page so you can see exactly what videos are on there. So you can be like, oh, okay, you know what? I want to do a buy or sell down. You can go ahead and click on that because you know how to, how to do create a purchase loan. You know how to do, the refi on total cost analysis. You want to, learn something different? Go to our YouTube page. We have tons of videos there. And I don't know if you noticed, Star.
What?
Usually we upload your guys' videos too once they've been recorded on this page.
I know. And after today's call, you all can come here and you can review the Thursday call. So you'll be able to access today's call with me and Robert, my special co-host. I want to thank you so much for joining me. So is there any other questions? I'm going to give you 8 minutes. That's my gift to you. 8 minutes back of your time. I don't want to go to the top of the hour, so I'm going to give a little bit more of your time back to you in today's presentation. And yes, this will be recorded. You can access this by end of day, if not sooner, of today's recording with me and Robert. So again, last call for any questions that you may have before we drop off today. All right, looks like our question queue is clear.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. It was fun. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Star.
Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. And if we don't talk soon, have a wonderful weekend. Bye, everyone.
Go Coaches.